And welcome to Ironing Out the Kinks podcast, first episode, talking about all things sexy and kinky. Actual first episode. There was no other episode. That was absolute trash and we deleted and started again. So first episode properly.
Yep.
And we are your hosts for this, to be here to discuss Luke and Chelsea, married couple, living our best lives. And yeah, we're here for you. We're here to talk about this.
Yeah. So why are we doing this? Why do we think we know enough to talk on these subjects?
Who the hell are we?
Exactly.
Tell them.
So we have a interesting dynamic, which I feel like a lot of people either want or maybe desire to have, in a sense of, I think one of the biggest kinks out there is the sub-dom relationship type, which is what we have quite well.
Yeah.
You like being in control.
Yep.
You like being the alpha of the relationship and saying what needs to be done and when. And I'm very much submissive. I like pleasing you.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah. So that's who we are. And I mean, there's much more to us than just a classic dom sub relationship.
Yeah.
You know, but that gives you a very small insight. We'll go into more in a minute, but that's who we are. That's what we can kind of bring to the table in our understanding. Why are we doing this podcast?
Yeah, I mean, we're trying to help people be more open-minded about sex and kinks and what they're into.
Absolutely.
We're very open when it comes to sex. We like talking about it. We're not ashamed of it. So it would be lovely for everyone to have that stance on it. And hopefully this could help bring people out their little sexual shells a bit.
Yeah. I mean, how many people, so many people are will talk to us about it when we tell them about our stuff, and they'll start like chirping up a little bit about things they like. And I think it's really sad that people feel that they can't talk about it clearly.
Yeah, of course. And the second they speak to someone who is confident and open about it, they get a little bit confident and open about it. And it's really sad that they can't then relay that into their relationships or their sexual partners. They feel like they can't really talk about it. And I think there is power in numbers, knowing that you're not alone, knowing that you're not the only person who has fantasies and things that you'd consider weird that you can't tell anyone about. When you start hearing what we talk about and what people talk to us about, you'll be like, I'm cool with this.
Exactly. And that's it. And it's that power in numbers bangs, babe. That bangs. I love that. You said that and I was like, oh yeah. Yeah, you're right. That's so good. So let's delve into a bit more about us, because again, we don't want people listening saying like, these two are just amateurs in this. I don't want to entrust these people with my secrets and my feelings. Let's fucking tell these fools.
So
we are, when we talk about the dom sub dynamic, we're much more, there's always going to be more, they're all very umbrella terms. And there's always more to it for people. So what we say,
every kink or every desire or sexual fantasy, they've all got legs. There's not one fits all.
Exactly.
You might have a particular category that you like, but there's so many legs coming off of that, how that can be fulfilled for you. Yeah.
And so you could say, so for example, we'll talk about us. Mm-hmm. So the dom sub thing is more for you to be made to feel worthless. It's that feeling of that and that sort of worthlessness and being degraded.
Yeah.
You enjoy that. Mm-hmm. And I enjoy control and power.
Power stripped away from me as well.
Yeah.
That's always enjoyable. I think a lot of women just want it all, not just within sex, but just in life. They want it all done for them by a man. So when it comes to...
That's a brave shout.
That's a big statement.
There's going to be some people out there just stop impressing play right now.
But when it comes to sex as well, maybe dominant women also, I've got quite a dominant character in a sense of, I know what I want. I do what I want like a teenager, but I'm happy to look after myself. When it comes to the bedroom, I'd love that all to be taken care of by you. I want you to tell me what to do.
Absolutely. But there's the humiliation point as well for you, isn't there?
Oh yeah. So I also have the humiliation degrading kink as well, which kind of lends hand in hand to it.
Which I never really overly experienced before until we got together. And then I was like, God damn, I like this. This is good.
But it must give you more of a power boost as well. Like you're already in control, but you're now making someone feel worthless. And it's like, I'm a big dog.
But exactly. But when we say it, it's like people are going to hear it and be like, this guy's abusive. But it's not that. It's like you say. And the thing for me is that I know you like it.
Yeah.
But before we get off topic, so when we talk about dom sub very, umbrella terms. Other people, it may be that they enjoy it for different reasons, or they enjoy different aspects of those umbrella terms, So that's kind of what we're here to discuss when we talk about an umbrella term. Exactly what do we mean, or how many different avenues can we go down just in one thing? Which I think that's, for me, is fascinating because we only know what we know.
Yeah, and it's learning for us as well. Like we might be talking about a particular fantasy that somebody has, and we're giving our view on it and our experience of it, but someone might have a total different experience of it.
Yeah.
And that's the experience they like of it. So we're also here, like we want to learn as well as we go along.
We're all about, every day is about broadening your horizon,
Yeah.
And that's what we look to do. We try to every day. We
do try to.
Yeah.
So I think we should we've talked a little bit about fetish and kinks. I think that the terms fetish and kinks always get used and a little bit mixed up. They're used as the same word, so to speak. So what is the difference between fetishes and kinks?
So I only learned this recently.
Yeah.
So again, people use these terms so like, bam, bam, bam.
That's what I mean. They're always used for the same thing, really, aren't they?
So a fetish, this is something I've had to look up and learn more just from people we follow and people we look at. And it was kind of brought to my attention. And I was like, oh, shit, that's a really interesting thing. So a fetish is something that you need to bring you pleasure, basically. Mm-hmm. So you need it to bring that pleasure.
So you can't get pleasure without that.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. But a kink is just something you like.
Yeah.
And it's deemed outside of societal norms, but then that depends on your societal norms. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? You could have been raised in a convent. Convent?
Coven? in
in a nunnery,
right?
And you know what I mean, like sex would have just been wrong.
Yeah.
And then your kink is having sex. That's a big deal.
Yeah.
Whereas other people might be like, yeah, all me and my girlfriends, we all do anal, we love anal. Then anal sex isn't a kink, it's a preference. Mm-hmm. That's what you like. But if it's somebody's never done it and wants to do it, and it's something that's a bit outside of their norms, that's a kink to them. That's a kink to them.
So then, with the difference between fetish and kink, so the fetish would be somebody who can only fulfill their pleasure by doing anal. Is that what you're trying to say? A fetish
exactly.
is?
So so say it was me and it had to be about anal for me. It has to be to gain my pleasure. That's a fetish.
Right.
But you can have multiple fetishes. So, you know what I mean? I don't just have to be thinking about asshole.
Yeah. In order to receive your pleasure, you have to be doing one of your fetishes. Whereas a kink's just kind of something you enjoy doing.
Exactly.
Doesn't have to be done to get you there. Okay.
Yeah. You got any fetishes?
No, do you?
No, I don't think so. Because we do loads of different things.
Yeah.
Sometimes we'll just have standard sex and it's fucking great. Really enjoy it. Which you can tell. Yeah. Neighbours can tell. I'm sure. I'm a screamer.
You are.
I am. And 3 doors down, they look at me different now. Because,
You should never be ashamed of that.
In no way am I. In no way am I. I'm still waiting for the high five from the neighbours, the next morning. But
have you got it yet?
No, they just walk away from me.
Yeah.
They, there's a fear in their eyes when I come out with my hand in the air, out the door, and I run towards them. They run away from me.
Strange that.
They need this podcast. They are
Should
closed off.
Send them an anonymous note through their door with the link to the podcast?
I mean, they might be listening, anyway. They might be.
They could be listening
we don't
to us
know.
Now. We don't know.
Yeah, they might be freaks.
So should we explain a little bit about the things that we're going to cover in this pod?
We've gone on a while in terms of, but we'll only cover these bits once. So if you're listening to the first episode and think, fucking hell, this is boring, don't worry. We're only going to do this bit once and then we're going to get into the real fucking juicy stuff.
Yeah.
But, let's tell people what we're going to do in the podcast. Because
cool. So every episode will have a couple of segments. There'll be the same segments each week. Yep. And if you would like to take part in any of the segments by sending us any information
anonymously,
you can do it anonymously. We'll detail the segments, but you can go to our website, which is iotk.fun, and there you can submit whatever you want to us. You can put your name there, or you can choose to be anonymous. So
yeah, your kink might be getting called out on a podcast,
and we'll do it. Just let us know.
Just tell us. I just want to be called out for getting kicked in the nuts on a podcast. That's my kink. It's not even getting kicked in the nuts, it's getting called out for it. We're here to help you.
We can fulfill that.
That's what we're about. So what segments are we going to cover, my darling?
So over the next 50 episodes, we're going to go over 100 kinks. So that's going to be 2 per episode, and we're kind of going to be working our way through a list of the most popular. That's we're going
100. Down though, aren't we? We're going 100 down.
We're going to
do 199 down.
No, we're not going to do it in any form of order. We're just going to kind of choose the ones that we want that week.
Okay. So are we going to tell people what number it is?
No. Just going to do whatever tickles our fancy.
They're going to be like, oh my God, everyone's into this. It's like, no, you're the one. You're number 100. You're number 100. It's you. You and the llama that you enjoy doing it with. That's it.
That's just
you two.
So we'll go through, 100 kinks. Then we've got the naughty corner, which is going to be advice.
And we're in no way qualified to give advice.
Absolutely not.
But we can give a fair analysis on it.
Yeah.
We can try.
I mean, think of it as, when you girls, you're texting your girlfriends, guys, you're like, oh, there's this bird that.
I can tell you now, men don't do this. No, we do not do this.
Well, it's there as an opportunity now.
It is now. It's probably better for men than it is women.
Yeah.
Because women do rely on each other. Men, if I text one of the boys and I was like, lads, there's a girl and I'm thinking I want to put a fist inside her. How do I tell her? They're going to be like, number 1, leave the group. Number 2, you're no longer invited to football on Saturdays. Number 3, delete all of our numbers.
Number 4, just fucking do it, mate.
Yeah, exactly. Number 4, stop being a bitch and just do it. Yeah. So yeah, sorry.
That's okay. So when we say advice, like you say, we're no way qualified or anything, but more of a friendly, I don't know, an example being.
And it's a second input. And so there's some things you might not want to discuss with your friends.
Yeah.
There's some things you might not be comfortable with.
And there's the whole thing about they might not be quite on board with what your ideas are and what your thoughts are, and you need to speak to someone who's a little bit open-minded. So if it comes to anything like that,
outside of your circle, I'll give you an example.
Go on.
So, good friend of mine, obviously you know her, and she always says to me, oh, I don't understand bisexual girls.
Yeah,
don't understand it. I couldn't be with another girl. I just don't get it. I can't fathom it. I'm like, cool, man. That's your bag. You're straight. It's cool. And she's like, yeah, cool. She's not closed-minded. I've probably paid her off to be a bit of a bit shit, but she'll listen to this and be like, you were fucking talking about me. Yeah. You've made me out to seem like a homophobe. And I'm like, no, darling. But she gets a bit drunk. Mm-hmm. What does she want to talk about? How badly she wants to have sex with a woman.
Yeah.
The reason why she can't talk about that when she's sober and compos mentis is because she's so worried about people, specifically her friends, not necessarily me and you, because
people around her.
Yeah, people around her. And people around her are very, very linear in their mindsets, and I just think that's really sad.
Yeah, of course.
And that's kind of what we're here for. Anyone who's in that situation might think, I don't want to tell people this. You might be embarrassed about it, and that's cool. Like, you might be, but you might just want to tell us and be like, how do I achieve my fantasy without,
Well, let's not forget about your secret personal life goal as well.
My secret personal life goal?
Uh-huh.
To have sex with Ryan Gosling?
No, the other one.
I genuinely have no idea what you're talking about right now.
To coach men to be able to please their women.
This is a lot for the first episode. People are going to be thinking, this guy's a fucking clown. But yeah, I genuinely believe if you gave me all married men between the age of 40 and 60 and let me take them on like a 12-week program, their wives would be a lot happier.
Yeah.
That's what I believe.
Cool. Well, there's a
and
plug for you.
You're the person who I have sex with, so you can either say it's true or it's not. You can be like, this guy.
I can leave the review.
Yeah, are you going to be my first
I'll be your first
review?
Google
Yeah,
review,
I'll set up the business. Yeah, I don't know what to call it. TBC. I'll come up with it. If you've got any names, let us know. Name. Fire off an email.
So we just went off a tangent then. So so that's naughty corner.
We've not even got into it yet. We're just describing what the fuck we're doing.
So the next segment will be slippery when wet.
This sounds filthy.
It is. It's fantasies. We're going to hear about your fantasies and what you like and talk about it.
This is the listeners.
You
said you're talking to me.
I'm talking to the listeners, obviously.
You know my fantasies.
I know.
It's Ryan Gosling. Just covered in peanut butter. That's all I want. I don't even like nuts. I know. It's a real fucked up one. But yeah, so not me, the listeners.
The listeners.
So they can submit it. Like we've said, we won't get into all the nonsense, but yeah, discussing your fantasies and what's, just sharing.
Just like a little confessional booth, really. Yeah. Just let us know what you've been up to lately and the latest fantasy you fulfilled.
Yeah, if you fulfilled it, even if you haven't.
I feel like, I don't know, this is probably a girl thing or a me thing, I don't know. No, it's a girl thing. When you fulfill a fantasy or you do something a bit naughty, the first thing you do is want to go tell someone. Just even like your best friend, you just want to be like, guess what I just did? Probably not a guy thing, I get it, but it's almost like a confessional. If you haven't got anyone to tell about it, let us know. We'll talk about it anonymously.
Yeah. With a guy thing, just for insight, I don't feel like I would tell the lads my fantasies because they would again remove me from the WhatsApp group because it's yes and no. I don't want to discuss my work background or anything like that, but coming from a very masculine background, a very warped background, which obviously you're very aware of, lads would talk about wild stuff and never be shamed. But you wouldn't be like, oh, I've just got this really big fantasy that I want to fulfill.
Yeah. You
would come back in and be like, lads, guess what? 2 chicks pissed on me on the weekend, same time, and one of them accidentally farted, and I was well into it. And honestly, I think I'm going to do that more.
Yeah.
And lads would be like, fucking high five, brother.
Yeah.
Tell me about it.
You have a very different background to most, though. So
99% of people, yeah. Yeah, for sure. So yeah,
slippery when wet.
Hit us up.
Cool. And then the last segment will be Oops, Wrong Hole, which is all about embarrassing sex stories, which we love to hear. Honestly,
we really love it. We love it because we haven't really got any
Not particularly, but in a lifespan, most people have one.
100%.
Something's happened that you've cringed at or has been embarrassing.
Yeah, there's things sometimes, when you go to sleep and when you want to go to bed and you can't sleep and you find that really shit thing that happened to you once and you replay it over and over.
Yeah, like 6 years ago and you remember every single detail of it and you're still cringing.
Yeah, exactly. And you still think, how do I make up for that? For people out there, there's something sexual about that and we want to fucking hear it.
Yeah.
Because it's funny.
I feel like everyone loves an embarrassing sex story anyway. You'll see a meme on Instagram of it and you're tied into it reading it.
Oh, for sure. For sure. I follow a thing on Instagram with Reddit posts.
Yeah.
And I scan through most of them, pay them no mind until I see one about sexual stuff and I'm like, hit me up because this is going to be hilarious. And if it's not hilarious, I'm like, well, that was pointless.
Yeah.
Piss me off.
So that's what we'll be finishing each episode with.
Yeah.
Some funnies. And the good thing is, because of Chelsea being an absolute wizard, we've already had submissions on stuff. So even though this is the first episode, we have had submissions. Yeah.
We will always try and get around to doing everybody's, but of course, if there's a lot, don't feel that yours wasn't good enough to be read out at any point. It might get covered in the future, but we just in pushing this out on social media, we've had a fair few submissions. So please don't be upset if we don't read you out. Doesn't mean you're boring. Doesn't mean we don't like you. It just means that for whatever reason, it fell into this week's sort of chat that we wanted to get into. I don't even decide them. Chelsea does. I have no idea what's coming.
I choose them. I'm going to choose them every week.
You can choose them every week.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Right. Should we roll into the first part of this?
we're only getting into the first segment.
We are.
Honestly, I'm turgid. I am aroused. Let's fucking roll, girl.
Cool. So we're going to go into the top 100 kinks. So in this, we are going to be covering what they are.
Yep.
Our experience on them, if we have any.
Okay.
Possible reasons why you might be interested in it.
Right.
And the ways they can be fulfilled.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's important.
Yeah, of course.
Because people will have these things and have no idea.
Yeah, it's like we discussed earlier. You all have a fantasy, but your way of fulfilling it might be completely different from someone else's.
Yeah.
Unless it's very specific, obviously.
I mean, we're going to say the same thing over and over and over again, which is communication.
Yeah, of course.
Sex is all about communication.
Mm-hmm.
That's all it's about, honestly. But don't stop listening now and think you know the secret, because we still want you to listen. We'd love to do this for a living one day, so please keep listening.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dive straight in.
Go
The first kink we're going with is a foot fetish.
I fucking love feet.
Yeah,
I love your feet.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see open-toed sandals and just start,
Some people might.
I know they do. I work with people who do.
Yeah.
But
so first thing now, so what is a foot fetish?
So again, we're touching on fetish and kink.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have a foot fetish.
No.
I have a kink towards your feet.
Okay, so a foot kink.
Yeah, but a foot fetish, we'll talk about a fetish.
Okay.
Even though this is top 100 kinks. You completely contradicted us.
I completely did. So let's just talk about feet.
Feet.
As a kink.
Yeah.
So what could that be? How could that look?
I mean, there's worshipping the feet.
Mm-hmm.
There's dressing feet up.
Yeah.
There's feet job. You know what I mean? I don't know if that comes up. That's not really worship, is it? That's you being worshipped by the feet.
Yeah. So that's not you worshipping the feet.
I know a girl who enjoys putting toes inside her.
Okay.
I don't know how much she gets from it, but she loves feet.
Fair enough.
It's not you.
Obviously.
Well, it might be. They might be like, oh my God, he's talking about his wife and trying to disguise it. We're not fucking idiots. We know what he's talking about. You don't know shit. So yeah, what else?
So what is our experience with it?
Well, I'd never had a thing about feet until you came to me when we first started dating again. Long story. When we first started dating again before we got married, and you said, I love feet.
Yeah.
I love worshipping feet. I love my feet being worshipped.
Mm-hmm.
So because I'm a generous lover, I started getting into your feet when having sex and doing that kind of stuff. And now I just fucking
something
love
you like
it.
now, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's because I know how much you love it.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. So for me with it, I love my feet being seen, if that makes sense. Yeah. So when it comes to sex, feet isn't usually something that's seen, but I like my feet to be desired. I like them to look like nice. I like to think that if anyone wants to look at them, they look like nice feet.
Yeah.
If you know, there's almost that like pride part of it. And then that also then comes into being touched, being massaged, especially when we're in the moment, like they are extra sensitive for me. And I know everyone's going to have different sensitivities all over their body.
Yep.
But for me, I've got very heightened senses when it comes to feet.
Yeah.
So then I've obviously explained that to you, and it's something that you've really started to enjoy.
Yeah, massively. Are feet an erogenous zone?
So I think that and I don't know how true this is, I haven't looked into it, but it's something that I've seen at some point or heard or read at some point, that there could be a reason behind people having sensitive feet or a foot kink.
Right.
Now I'm no scientist, so I could be saying this all wrong, so I apologise. But there's the part in your brain that gives you arousal or lets you feel arousal is very, very, very close when it comes to the nerves.
Right.
Of your feet being touched or the fit sensations in your feet.
Yeah.
So they reckon there could be a crossover there on why a lot of people might get sexual pleasure when it comes to feet.
Okay, but that's receiving.
That is receiving.
We're talking about people as well who enjoy giving. Because I don't really get anything from you touching my feet.
That could be for them, like the sight of feet, it's still going through us. I don't know. Maybe not. I'm not.
I think it's because it's wrong. I think, and for me, all of my kinks really revolve around it being wrong.
Yeah.
It's naughty. I shouldn't like it. Therefore, I do like it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I shouldn't enjoy choking my wife to near unconsciousness. But you love it, and that makes me love it.
But then that's just our experience of it, because there's people who enjoy feet in a different way. They like, dirty feet. They like smelly feet. That's not something that we particularly get on board with, but that is some people's kinks. That's some some people's fetishes as well.
Yeah. Being stood on?
Possibly. Or is that like
feet,
pain, humiliation? Maybe.
I don't know. That's the thing with this. We've got our opinion because of what we do and what we know.
Yeah.
But what else is out there?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Man, I'm blowing my own mind.
I can see your brain ticking.
Well, yeah, we've discussed that.
But then when it comes to feet pictures, like you're not getting anything from that. No. So whereas that's somebody sexually attracted to the look of feet. Again, that's another arm to it.
That's what I mean with it's like dirty and wrong.
Yeah.
Like looking at the feet. For me, it's just putting your toes in my mouth whilst I'm having sex with you and watching your reaction to it.
Yeah.
I fucking love that. Mm-hmm. You know, people are thinking this guy does yoga. It's like, no, my wife does yoga. That's why I'm able to get.
You was nearly able to get your foot in your mouth the other night.
Why are you telling people about that? why are you telling me? Number one, why are you baiting me out and saying I can't do it? Because I'm a flexible man. And secondly, why are you telling people I was trying?
We were just talking about yoga and feet, so I just felt like it was very relevant.
I don't want people knowing the weird stuff I do on the sofa when we're bored.
Well, that's out there now.
It's fucking done now, isn't it? We're not re-recording this one. If this doesn't work, we're selling all of the equipment. We're going to sell the cats and the dog, and we're just moving.
Right, okay. Changing names,
Changing
everything.
Yeah, I want to move to Mexico. I want to go by the name Juan.
Okay.
I want to get a little medallion.
Yes.
Hairy chest.
Nice.
Okay. I'm going to start a fishing charter boat. Mm-hmm. And I'm just going to take up heroin or something and kill myself because this has to work.
Otherwise, that's just gone out there for nothing.
We put so much into this, and people now know shit about me that I don't want them to know. I didn't want them to know that I was fucking trying to put my foot in my head. Anyway, stupid tangents, not about sex. Moving on. Okay, so that's feet. Got any different experiences? Or again, if you listen to this and think, oh yeah, maybe like it's because it is for me, or maybe you've never actually thought why it is for you, but you do, just drop us a line and let us know. Let us educate ourselves and educate other people. Like, don't be scared to, you know.
That's it. And there's so many reasons why someone could have any kind of kink.
Yeah.
But I mean, a lot of it, they say, dates back to early experiences.
Yeah, I think they do.
But I can't picture mine. I can't figure out what mine is.
Oh, I think I know what mine is.
Me.
What?
My feet.
Oh, your feet. I was talking about my kinks.
Oh, no, I'm talking about like just
your feet in general. Oh, you don't know why?
Yeah.
I just think you're a dirty little bitch. I think that's what you're about. Okay, right, next.
So the next one is cuckoldry.
Cuckolding?
Oh, it's cuckoldry.
Is that what is that its proper name?
Yeah.
Okay, so that is the act of having sex with somebody else's partner whilst that partner is not involved. So you're making them a cuckold, which I believe, and I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it was a Shakespearean term. Okay. Pretty sure Big Bill Shakespeare came up with it.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he did.
He was a naughty boy.
He was a filthy little bastard. He was. But
then there's because obviously there's three people involved. Then there's three different perspectives in that,
or more.
Or more. But I'm just thinking of the standard three people. So you've got the perspective of the guy who is having sex while being watched by that person's partner.
Yep.
Then you've got your perspective of the person who's being fucked and their partner standing watching. And then you've got obviously the standard watcher perspective as well. They're all different desires being filled there.
Because that's the thing, from this point of view, we've obviously got our take on this, which we'll discuss. But for me, I have for a long time always wanted to fuck someone's wife in front of them and be looking at them like, look how much more of a man I am than you.
Yeah.
I fucking love that.
And that's a power thing. That's
just
dominant.
Pure power. Yeah, that's just me being an alpha type man, which is what I am. Just by my nature, people would be like, only beaters call themselves alphas. It's like, no, I'm that kind of person. It's just in my nature. I'm afraid. I'm sorry. I don't want to upset anybody, but it's just how I am. But that's my take on it. There's no desire in watching you with somebody else for me.
Yeah.
You know, whereas you,
I like seeing you with someone else. I like being the cuck.
Yeah.
I like
cuck queen. I think that's the term for females.
The term we've found for it.
Yeah. Because it's hard to find porn.
It's really hard because it's just typically old men sitting behind a curtain or something, watching his missus, who is totally out of his league, by the way.
Yeah, well, it's not true, babe.
Oh, this is true. I don't know why I want some realistic porn right now.
Yeah, exactly. You're on the height, like where the cameraman's moving around and you're like, God, they've got a really good drone in there. Who's controlling this?
No, but for me, I like the humiliation side of it again. That's what it all comes down for me. I really love, because I know how good you are in bed, and I love
thank you.
I love watching someone receive that pleasure and it being like, yeah, he's mine, that's what I get, I know you're enjoying it, and I have that almost part of me as well.
See, I think that's what a lot of it is, especially if you notice, like you were saying, it's like older men. I think it's older couples probably are the most active in cuckolding, because the wife wants to be desired, the husband wants to see his wife desired. Maybe he's got like ED or something, erectile dysfunction, something like that, and has developed this thing of he can't quite do what he needs to. So seeing his wife in pleasure, it's like, ooh, that's good.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, you're going to get a 25-year-old young man with a big dick to come around and fuck me, and I'm 60. Okay. Thanks. I'm fucking hyped about this. You know what I mean? Like, and again, it's all about communication.
Yeah.
We didn't talk about feet with, are we meant to be talking about how to fulfill these fantasies?
Yeah, we moved on super quick.
We did. Sorry.
It's okay. We'll skip past that bit.
Yeah. Feet, just communicate. Ask him about feet. Dress him up. If you want to get your toes sucked, just put them in his mouth.
We're jumping back now.
Yeah, men will do what you tell them to. But anyway.
But so, what I was going to say another part of the reason why I like it is, now this might be niche to me, but again, coming to you because I know how good you are and I enjoy it. It's like seeing forget it's another woman, whatever. It's like seeing a live porn of the person that you love fucking as well.
Never thought of it like that.
That's how I see it.
That's the first time you've ever vocalized that to me, and that's great. Yeah, is it in like that? You've never said that to me, and that's actually a really interesting way to see it. It
doesn't necessarily matter who the person is you're having sex with. Like, it doesn't have to be me, but I get to watch you doing everything I love you doing. Yeah,
and it ties into your humiliation thing. So it's just a double ender.
It's a double ender, yeah.
It's a perfect one. But yeah, with cuckolding, I think there's a big shame towards it in a male perspective. Yeah. You know, I think females would just be like, really? Like, I've told people I've worked with, especially females that I've worked with, I'm like, yeah, you know, me and Chelsea will either have sex with other women together because you're bisexual. We'll have sex with women together, or I'll sit her in the corner and she has to watch me have sex with them, and then she has to, you know, clean me up afterwards or clean her up afterwards and just really humiliate you. And they're like, well, I couldn't do that. And I'm like, yeah, I know it's not for everybody. And then and they always come back to talk about it later. Yeah. They're always like, so what does she do? And I'm like, well, whatever I tell her to.
Yeah, exactly what I'm told.
Yeah. And then they're like, but does she like touch herself? And I'm like, if I let her, if I let her,
I might not even be allowed to watch sometimes. It'll be outside the door and you got to listen. Yeah.
And they're like, oh, okay. Anyway, I'm off. And then they come back again. And there's always an interest in it, which is parts of why we're doing this. Yeah. Because it's just spreading awareness. There's other people out there doing what we're doing in terms of spreading awareness, and they're fucking killing it. They're doing God's work in our opinion. That's what we're about. But anyway, sorry I keep rolling off sideways.
It's all good.
Can't stay on the track.
No.
My brain's too busy. Let's what else? Cuckolding. How do people navigate this? What we've discussed what causes it, but what causes it? But why people might feel that way. But how do people navigate this? So imagine you're a wife.
So I think
because it's a delicate one.
Yeah. So if it's in my shoes from a woman's standpoint of view, and they want to see their man fuck another woman, I feel like that's a much easier thing to arrange.
100%. Every geezer who I tell what we do is just like, wait, so you're the guy living the dream. You're the one in the world that lives this dream. And I'm like, yeah, no, that's me. That's me, yeah. They're like, so just have a girl come around and you fuck her and your wife watches. And I'm like, yeah, or my wife will get involved. and I'll just tell her to sit on her face whilst I fuck her. And they're like, oh, mate, oh my God. And I'm like, yeah, no, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, people come scratching their heads to me all the time.
I love that.
It's so much fun. But
yeah, ways it can be fulfilled.
So from, if you're because it's difficult. It's a really delicate one, because if you're a wife or a partner who's female and you say, I love you, I don't want anybody else, but I have this fantasy of you watching me have sex with somebody else. And a man's thing, it's demasculating me. You're telling me I'm not good enough, and you want to cheat on me, basically, which isn't how it is at all. It's not how it is. It's exactly what they've said. Yeah. They wanted to cheat on you. They would just go and cheat on you.
A good way into it would be to explain why you like that. So whether you like humiliation or you start exploring that, and then you could build your way up to it. Could work for people. Because if you come straight in with a, look, I want to do a cock experience, you'll be like, whoa, fucking hell, where'd that come from? Whereas if you can explain why you have them desires and what it actually boils down to, start exploring that. Degrade me a bit in the bedroom.
Boom. Communication.
It is all communication.
From a man's point of view, again, if you want to see your wife or partner bang another guy, that can probably be a bit challenging for women to hear as well. Like, what, you just want to, you want me to just be, something I'm not. You want me to have sex with random men. That's really wrong. They might buy into it. The classic do you like pina colada song, where they both love the same stuff but they never fucking communicated. You never know, it might be something like that. But again, like you said, exactly what you said, babe, with it's not just saying, oh, that's what I want. It's saying, this is what I want, and this is why I want it.
These are the elements to it.
Exactly.
Let's explore that and see if we can build up. You don't have to talk about the build up at the end. No. Let's just explore something that I might be interested in. Yeah,
and if you're really worried, just get your missus to listen to this. And be like, look, don't you think that's interesting? Isn't it weird? And she looks at you and goes, I don't think it's good at all. And you go, yeah, no, me neither. Give it 10 more years.
That works.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. So we're going to move on to one of our segments now, which is Naughty Corner.
Boom, boom, boom. Let's get into the juicy stuff.
Okay, so we've got 2 questions here.
2 questions?
We'll go through 2 questions. They're quite quick, so I thought I'd do us 2.
Okay. Sometimes quick's all right.
Quick's fine. Nobody's saying it isn't.
Don't read into this. Carry on. Let's just fucking glaze over this.
Okay, so we've got a submission here from somebody.
Yep.
Saying, do you think it was naughty when my stepsister took my virginity? I had to keep having her until I was in my 20s.
My guy.
I didn't know when the next word was coming out your mouth then. I was like, God, where's he going?
Oh, my days. Oh,
you want to high five him, don't you?
Just turn me on a bit. That's
Again, it comes down to that. It's so wrong.
It's exactly. It's
but
so
that
wrong.
Might be where.
And just imagine every single family gathering, anything like that. Your mum and their dad, or however it is, are there like, "Oh, you're right, kids," and you're like, "Yep, I had my tongue."
Go help your brother with her.
Exactly. And you're looking at them, going, "I had my tongue so deep in your daughter's asshole, I could taste what she had for dinner the night before." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's so wrong. But okay.
But do we think it's naughty?
Yeah, obviously, it's fucking great. But hang on, before I delve into this too much, before I big it up too much, I think it depends how long you've been step-siblings.
Yeah.
If you were getting bathed together from the age of 2.
If you were brought up as brother and sister, I don't know, I don't think I could be cool with that. But if your parents have married when you're both teenagers and you're like, here's this person, they're now your brother, you haven't known him for the last 15 years, but call him brother. I kind of get it from there.
If we met when we were 15 and your dad and my mum,
no,
darling,
don't say
listen to me. If your dad and my mum had got married when we were 15, or our age difference, we would have fucked. We would have fucked.
Right.
We would have.
I don't know. But anyway.
So you're saying you wouldn't fuck me if your dad married my mum? You're married to me, babe.
This is the whole would you love me if I was a worm situation. I can't comment on it.
It's nowhere like that. It's ridiculous. Okay, so is it naughty?
Yeah.
Yes. And now we've said it. You know what's fucked up?
Go on.
Now we've said it. if they grew up together as brother and sister, it makes it even naughtier. I'm like, oh, that's so fucking wrong. Because they're not blood. It's not fucking incest. That's fucked up.
Yeah.
Incest, sorry, is fucked up. But they're not blood.
Stop.
They're not
You have
blood.
a look in your eye right now and it shouldn't be in your eye.
I'm thinking we just cut this episode short and just go next door and do some role play. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so what's the second part of the question, my darling? Sorry.
So that was one question.
Yeah. It's naughty, yes.
It's naughty. I would love to know though, if they do hear this and they do fancy replying.
Yeah.
When did you become brother and sister?
Yeah, I want to know the deets.
I want to know that.
Because we've got polarizing opinions on this.
Yeah.
And one of us is going to be happy. So let us know.
Let us know.
Yeah.
Cool. So the next question is, I feel like we're going to answer this in one.
I think I know what's coming.
Do you think watching porn in a relationship is cheating?
Okay, I'm going to smack the mic off the table and walk out. It's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard.
So no, obviously.
So obviously no. I did read that one.
Mm-hmm.
And I can tell you now, I actually had a devil's advocate thought about it when I was driving to work the other day.
I'll go on.
So in my opinion, and I think I speak for both of us, please tell me if I don't, but no, it's not cheating.
Mm-hmm.
But is your partner lusting after other people's, how do I say this? Watching, so I watch porn,
Mm-hmm.
you watch porn.
Mm-hmm.
We don't always do it together.
No.
You know, I'm at work and you're at home, you'll do your thing.
I love that you're taking a salary watching porn.
No, I don't watch it at work, boss, if you're listening.
That's literally what it
No, I
sounded
meant
like.
is it you're at home on your own and I'm at work grafting, you know, getting the food on the table.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, not cheating, but would you think I was cheating? It would be wrong of me if I was watching a live sex show. If I just went and watched a couple have sex.
Oh.
That's what and it's devil's advocate, and I still don't change my opinion.
But then that's also like, would you not say that with strippers by going to a strip club? Is that similar?
Yeah, but no one's fucking.
No, but you're not fucking by watching a live sex show. You're still watching a sexual.
Yeah, no, but I mean, someone's fucking.
Yeah.
No one fucks with strippers. I've never dated a stripper. No one can see my shifty eyes. But strippers fuck. Sorry, they do.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not talking. That's all come out wrong. I mean, the place that the person worked that I dated would take extras, and they would give you extras. That wasn't.
It's cool. We'll move on.
Jesus Christ! I dig myself some holes.
Where were we?
I don't know. No, I
live
do know.
sex show. Would we consider that cheating?
Not necessarily cheating. But would you feel that's a bit deceptive? Would you feel that that's a bit wrong to go and be in a room with a couple having sex?
Paying for it thing then, right?
Well, no, they've just gone.
Oh, it's free.
You next door neighbours are fucking, and they've invited you to come watch.
Okay.
Is that wrong?
Yeah.
But watching it on a screen isn't. Do you see what I mean? And it was devil's advocate only because I know there's going to be some real Starbucks drinking people out there who are like, well, actually, I actually think it is cheating because how dare, and I'm going to aim this at women and fucking shots fired. I don't give a shit. Women will say, oh, why is my boyfriend looking at other people when he can look at me? Number one, you're not there all the time. Number two, you're probably not willing to do anything other than missionary. Number three, you probably don't like the lights being on so you can see what's going on. Number four, sometimes we just want to watch other people fuck.
Yeah.
And it's fun. And they do shit that even I'll watch some weird porn sometimes. I get weird in the hole. You've seen me go in the deep hole. I'm not even like wanting to do it. I just want to see it. I just want to see what that looks like. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah,
it's a no.
It's a no.
I
just wanted to give a devil's advocate because I didn't want to just shut it down too quick.
Yeah,
but it's
an
not
interesting one because I actually don't know what I think on that. So it's one to think about.
It was something that I was pondering on the way to work the other day after I read that. But it's a no. It's not cheating at all. It's completely healthy and natural. Again, communicate with each other.
Yeah.
Don't hide it from each other. As soon as you start hiding things,
it hasn't got to be such a scary thing for your partner to be doing. It can be something like, we love watching it together. We do it together.
Get it on the projector.
We do get it on the projector.
Fuck yeah, we do.
But it's something that you can sit down with your partner and be like, here's a phone. Show me what you're into.
Exactly.
And then we're going to fuck.
And I tell you what, show me the weird shit and maybe I'll do the weird shit.
Exactly.
Maybe, you know what I mean? If you weren't willing to openly communicate, you'd probably be watching foot worshipping porn.
Yeah.
And I'd have no idea.
And it's probably a really good way, actually, for people who are wanting to try something with their partner and they don't have the confidence to tell them. You sit down and watch porn together, test the waters and see what their reaction is to this thing you want to do.
But those fucking vanilla, straight-laced, fucking Starbucks drinking bitches, the ones who, you know what I mean.
Why are you acting as if you don't love a Starbies?
If you ever abbreviate Starbucks like that again.
I've been planning to say Starbies to you all day and see your reaction.
Baby, I love you. I love you so much. But right then, there was just a flash of wanting to throat punch you. Okay? Not in the sexual way.
Uh-huh.
But I did not like that at all. Okay, right. Let's get on with...
Let's get on with this. We've been going off loads of tangents.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go to... Oops, wrong hole.
Ooh-wee. I'm excited.
So I actually have 2 here.
Okay.
Shall I do both of them or should we do one?
Let's do one.
Okay. It's funny because you actually mentioned something very similar to this earlier on.
What, in the pod or?
In the podcast,
okay.
Yeah. So, girlfriend was on top of me while I was on my back.
Wait. Oh, right, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so she's riding him.
I'd imagine him giving her a horse ride. Go on.
I said something stupid and she started laughing so hard she farted while I was inside her, which made her laugh even more. So it made her pee all over me. Which is excellent.
Oh, the fact that she laughed at the fart is, I love that girl.
Yeah.
I don't know who it is, but I love her. And did he say it's still his girlfriend?
No, he didn't say.
Just a girl, bruv, you should have married that. That's comedy.
That is so funny. Oh, I just couldn't. I mean, things like that happen, but I'd be mortified. I don't know if I could laugh at myself.
You could laugh at yourself.
If you was laughing at me, I probably would.
Yeah, 100%. You can laugh at yourself. For sure. Oh my days, that's brilliant.
That's funny.
And getting pissed all over was just like getting squirted on.
Well, this is what I was thinking. So it's kind of like if he had a bit of a water sports kink there.
Yeah, 100%.
He's had a great time. He's had giggles and...
How good is it that I predicted that was coming?
I know, you literally said earlier.
Pissed on and farted on. That's fucking amazing. You
had no idea that was coming.
I had no idea that was coming at all. That's fucking brilliant. Oh my God.
I think we should do the next one now, actually.
That would kill a boner though. The laughter. Any laughter in a bedroom kills a boner. That's fact. Science. Oh, a quick one. Let's not take everyone's time up too much.
Okay, so I was giving my boyfriend a blowjob and he asked me to go deeper. I thought, why not, as I'm a good girlfriend? So I started deep throating him. I heard him come. Turns out semen really burns your nostrils when it's running out of them.
Oh.
Oh, that's magical.
I thought that was going to be about sick.
Yes, that's where I thought that was going at first.
I was going at vomit and then...
That would be so funny. I hope she put her head up and it just kind of came out.
Just looked up and just 2 dangling something about Mary cum strings out of her nose. Fucking hell.
Oh, bless
honestly.
It really must burns, though. Yeah.
Everything burns coming out of your nose, really.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
That was quite skillful for him to, shoot it up on around there.
He's either got a weird kinked dick or he was all the way at the back and...
They've perfect timed it.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Come out as she's pulling away.
I would have just said
I would laugh. No, I would laugh my head off if that happened, actually.
Oh my God. Fucking hell. That's, I don't know what I'd do. Just had a sick, deep blowjob and now I'm looking at you with just fucking milky snot coming out your nose telling me it's burning. Eyes watering, mascara down your face. I'm like, well, what do you want me to do about it? I would wipe it off and put it in your mouth.
Nice.
No, I'm a lover. So I love you.
I get it.
Yeah. Fucking hell, they're great. They were great.
Cool. So that's all we got for today.
They've both pinged me a fucking treat.
You liked them?
Yeah, I love them. Yeah, so that's it. First episode. And we're not re-recording, so if there's any issues with it and it goes out and people are like, oh, well, that's a bit wrong, fuck off. We're not doing it again. shut up. Episode 2 will be better. Fuck off.
Yeah. So
if you liked it, thumbs up. We really like you too.
Yeah. Follow us, subscribe,
like us. Talking about
that. You can follow us on Instagram and TikTok, and we are ironing out the kinks, all one word on both of them.
Nice.
Obviously, our website where you can do our submissions is iotk.fun, and you can contact us via email if needs be, which is iotkpod@gmail.com.
Right, sweet. Nice, babe.
See you next week, guys.
Yeah, guys, see you next week. Enjoy, stay sexy, and fucking communicate.
Yeah.
Yeet.